Hello, my name is Kevin and welcome to the Love Decanters channel. So, one of my local viewers loaned me some glasses. They're a bit unusual. At first glance they looks kind of normal, and then you see that actually it's got a pouring lip. And he was asking about these, how old do I think they are, what do I know about them, and he's actually loaned me 3. So let's have a closer look at them and I can compare them with something else. Okay, so yeah, let's do that. So these are the 3 glasses that he's loaned me, and you can see they've all got this pouring lip here like this. So for whatever it is, you're supposed to pour it out of it, but they're all different sizes. I think this is, by content, this is probably the smallest bowl, this is the biggest. Even though this one's a bit taller than that one. They're not all made at the same time. They're made out of different materials. Let me show you something first. So when I first picked one up, I felt the surface, and it has a slightly more greasy feel to it than lead glass. It's very difficult to explain. You have to basically get used to it, but once you get attuned to how it feels, you can just tell. So as soon as I picked it up, I went, oh, and and if I do that near, yeah, you can hardly hear any ring on that one there. And this one here, this one's even worse. Even though it's a bigger glass with a bigger bowl, you'd expect it to ring more. But this one is made from a different material. If I put it together like this, can you see? This one is yellower. And also the way the foot comes down and hits the table, it's more like a bumper. This one slopes down to the table more. And this one has a... So that's not a good lead content, but probably some. Why it's yellow, I don't know. But anyway, they're all 3 are drawn from where basically you've blown this and then you've pulled the stem off the bottom of the bubble and then attached the foot to it. So they're all 2-piece glasses. They've all got polished pontil marks, and they've all got numbers engraved on them, but they're a bit random. So like this one it's got 37, this one has got 124, and this one's got 60. So yeah, what does that mean? What's that about? Because the sizes, the numbers don't really relate to the sizes of the glass or anything like that. There's no line on them anywhere. So what do those numbers mean? Yeah, they're very, very strange glasses. They're probably from France. So back when I started collecting, back in the 90s, I'd go to Newark Antiques Fair, and some of the dealers would have like a table full of glass that they'd have all this French furniture, and then they'd have a table full of glass that looked old, and you'd pick it up and you'd go, oh, it's soda glass, and they'd be selling like sets of 10 of something that looked like it was from the 18th century, and just going, it's soda glass, and they've got 10 and they're cheap, so they're just piling stuff over from France. Anyway, yes, I think it's that kind of thing, and I'm not any wiser. I wanted to show you something else. Let me pull something else in. Look, some space here. I've got a couple more glasses to bring in. Ooh, it's not enough space, but anyway, because the feet are so much wider. There we go. Anyway, I brought in a couple of lead crystal glasses. They're kind of the same kind of manufacturer. You can see drawn stems, nice funnel shaped glass here, and the foot pushed into the bottom. It's not quite attached in the same way. Can you see? It's got a conical foot. This foot is a bit more work than the ones we were looking at. Both of them are a bit like that. And it's got a broken pontle mark here. But this is, well, the reason I brought this out is because this is lead crystal. If I do this, listen. If I put it here, you can hear it. I'm not doing it very well there. There you go. And this one too. It's a bit quiet. This is a smaller bowl. It's got a bend in it, so it doesn't ring quite so well. But yeah, you can still hear it's got a ring. But what's interesting is it's lead glass. It's got a higher refractive index. If I put it against my hand, you can see it's kind of bending the light and making these bright pieces around the sides. Can you see? Same with this one. Light, you can see it's bending the light, and you get these bright bits where it's bent the light around, and you're still getting more light refracted round. But then you don't really get it here, can you? You see, it's not really doing the same effect. You've got a little bit here because the glass is a bit wider, but not on the stem. I think this one's got the widest stem here. You're still not getting a little bit there, and this is the one that's got the higher lead content, I think, out of the three of them. But you get the idea. You can see more light coming back on these two than you can on this one's got a bit more. That's another reason why probably there's a bit more lead in it, why it rings a little bit more, but not as much, quite as much as these two. Yeah, so that's how you tell it's lead, and that's why cut glass is, it's a lead glass thing where they cut it deeply to make the light bend and make it sparkle. Yeah, and then you've got this ring, very distinctive. I mean, if your glass is thick enough, it won't ring, and also if it's a funny shape like this, because you can see this has got a bent bowl, but it still has a ping on it that lasts, like this one a little bit. But you can hear the difference in the tone there, and this has got a bent bowl as well, but this, nothing, even though that is the biggest bowl. So yeah, just thought I'd show you that difference between lead and soda, so you can see what I'm talking about, why I'm kind of thinking it's very distinctly different. And it's difficult to describe the difference in the feel, but yeah, there's a difference to the feel of it, but it's quite subtle. You really have to play around with different pieces of glass to feel it. So what I've done is I've tried to draw out the numbers exactly the way they are on the glasses, and there's nothing that really picks them out. So if the 7 had a line through it, that's a very continental thing to do. The only one that's kind of like catching my eye is this 4, which is very open. If in the UK we tend to close the top more like this, yeah, or even just make it into a triangle. This open like this is a bit more continental, but nobody adheres to that. Either these two ways of doing it are just, people just do what they want now, but it used to be a bit more, I've actually looked at a few English ones, and where I found a 4, it's always been a bit more closed. So yeah, the fact that it's open and this is a bit longer. In fact, some of them it goes like this, and then there's a streak off the bottom here. They don't even, but that's probably just the engraver just being a bit lazy, because these numbers, the numbers I was looking at were the ones that were engraved for decanter tops, so they were just whacking them out. But anyway, yeah, so there's nothing, what's the word I'm looking for,
diagnostic. That's it. There's nothing diagnostic about these numbers apart from this 4, which is a bit for an earlier number. That's a bit more continental. There's no dash to the 7, which is really pees me off a bit. But anyway, so yeah, and they're random numbers. There's no line on those glasses. There's nothing engraved. There's a marker. So whatever's being poured is not measured. Yeah, so which is a bit weird. And they're all different sizes. So there's no, there's nothing. I don't know what to explain, but yeah, it's all a bit random. So there we have it. Nathan's mystery pouring glasses. Yeah, I've never seen anything like them. I've seen glasses like that before. Never really looked at them that much. I don't think I've seen them with numbers on. Yeah, they're really... I'm sorry, Nathan, but I was hoping I would find something. I did have a look around online, didn't really find anything. I don't remember anything in my books. So I think they are early 19th century. Can't pin them any more than that. And I think that I'm pretty certain they're continental. But yeah, the numbers and the random sizes really getting me. And also the fact that one of them is actually seems to have a bit of lead content in it and it's a different colour. Yeah, so they weren't all made together. Interesting. So thank you for lending me those, Nathan, and let me have a look. I'm trying to dig into what they are, and obviously not succeeding so far. So there's no references with this. And just please remember to like and subscribe because it really helps my channel. If there's anybody else that's local to me that wants me to have a look at some glass, see if I can pick out any mysteries, I'm happy to have a go. And yeah, so thank you for watching. Have a good night. Good night.